Take Adam Silver has made a statement on the Kyrie Irving situation, saying Kyrie Irving made a reckless decision to post a link to a film containing deeply offensive anti-Semitic material. While we appreciate the fact that he agreed to work with the Nets and the Anti-Defamation League to combat anti-Semitism and other forms of discrimination, I am disappointed that he has not offered an unqualified apology and more specifically denounced the vile and harmful content contained in the film he chose to publicize. I will be meeting with Kyrie in person in the next week to discuss this situation. Jay, Will, and Perk back with us to talk about this statement. Jay, Will, your thoughts?
A lot of thoughts. Perk, number one, why so late to the party? Why so late to the party? This should have happened a while ago from Adam Silver, who is Jewish, who represents the NBA. And I wanted to hear from Adam as soon as this whole thing went down and happened. And secondly about this whole situation, a lot of Perk, I am a parent of 3 right now. This is as if my daughter did something really, really bad in school, okay? Put a black eye on our family name in school and came home and me saying, you know what? I am so disappointed in you. And you and I are gonna have a very serious talk about this after you go out and play with your friends. Go play, go have fun. What does that do? Like, I'm going to have a talk with you while you're just able to go out and play with your friend. Like, it doesn't put a hard foot down or a hard stance other than him sharing his disappointment in this whole thing. And I hope he would be disappointed. I mean, the amount of people I've spoken to over the last several days to get a full-on comprehensive opinion about all of this has been astronomical. And every single one of them, even though they try to understand where Kyrie is coming from and what it means to him to find his black heritage and the roots of that, right? Which we all, Perk, we talked to Amari Stoudemire about this.
Is getting at the moment about this situation with Kyrie Irving. His phone probably is blowing up. And I think what Adam Silver did is he sat back and wanted to give the organization, right, a chance to handle this in a way that he thought they probably should have handled it before he decided to step in. And so what happened was the organization was afraid to put their foot down and actually suspend Kyrie Irving, which he should have got way long time ago when this first happened. He should have got suspended. And so when he didn't get suspended and they tried to cover it up with a donation of money, well, guess what? To some people, your money don't mean nothing. They have money. A lot of people have money. So that $500,000 donation with a statement and you not showing up and you not being authentic and it's not coming from a genuine place, guess what? It's starting to come to light now. It's starting to come to light now. And so now all of a sudden, guess what? Adam Silver received probably more phone calls this morning or late last night. And now all of a sudden, now he has to take matters into his own hands. And I guarantee you, Jay, that meeting between him and Kyrie Irving is not going to go like Kyrie Irving expected to go. I don't think Adam Silver, the great guy that we know him to be individual, always with a smile on his face, great guy to be around, that's not going to be the Adam Silver you see when that Kyrie is going to see when he walk into that room. So I think that the Brooklyn Nets, once again, dropped the ball from a coach's standpoint and not suspending Kyrie Irving, then tried to cover it up with the $500,000 donation from Kyrie Irving, along with the $500,000 donation from Josiah, to go to the foundation. So now all of a sudden, Adam Silver saying, no, this is not the answer. So now all of a sudden, here it is again, just when we thought we were taking a step forward and probably getting past this, now all of a sudden, no. We got to take another stance. We got to be more aggressive. And now it's on Adam Silver. And we all know and we trust Adam Silver to act accordingly.
Look, I'm just going to say this, and I have been on this show multiple times with Stephen A. Smith and Perk. You and I have talked about a lot. I've defended Kyrie in a lot of situations. I defended him during the pandemic and his right to do what he wanted to do with his body. I thought he was accepting of the repercussions that came incongruent with that. And he owned it, not like some other people like saying they're immunized, correct? Right? So for me, life is not, for lack of better terms, no pun intended, black or white, right? Life is nuanced. And I sit up here today and somebody said, well, he just posted it and he didn't, say anything advocating for anger. But by the way, you posting something without providing context, people can take that promotion in whatever hell the way they want. And it's up to you to dictate to the rest of the world what you mean when you post something. And there are repercussions that come along with your actions. I'm not sitting up here on national TV saying I'm better than everybody else and I never make mistakes. I've made a lot of mistakes in my life. But when you own a mistake, and it doesn't feel like, Perk, you're forced in a corner to make a comment, when you come out naturally on your own regard and say, I messed up. This is what I meant. But with Kyrie, it feels like he was forced to announce to the world what he truly meant and to own a portion of the mistake, right? By saying, I shouldn't have posted something like this.
Well, Jay, Jay, let me say this, and you could relate. Being a former basketball player, right? When you make a mistake, and usually when you issue out a public statement, okay, your team usually draws up the public statement. And then they send it to you and say, you know what, read over this and tell me you're okay with it. And then you give the okay and then you post it on your social, right? That's pretty much how it go, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, cool. So, but it's a difference when you could go on live or you could do a selfie video or you could go and it's coming straight from you. See, this is the thing. When Kyrie Irving wants to go on live and he want to talk about other things and he want to draw audience and things to that nature when he want to address other topics, he do it freely. But this situation, when I felt like you should use your platform again and let people actually see your face, because we haven't been able to see your face over the last couple days. You haven't been available to media, whether that's an organizational thing or your personal thing. We haven't heard it come out of your mouth. Nobody have seen it come out of your mouth. Yes, it's on your platform, but we know how that go. Jay, we know how that go. You know how that is.
It's passive, Perk. It's like, okay, here's my public apology. We're moving on. We'll be fine. We'll figure it out. People can sniff out when somebody's not authentic, man. Like, and as much as Kyrie talks about being light and pure light, and I get that. I've been around him. And I know what his search is for. But in the nuance of your search, the fact that you can't openly go on a platform that you already go on your phone and address people by saying, I'm sorry, I was exploring my black heritage. I did not mean to harm or hurt anybody throughout that process. And now reflectively, thinking back on it, I would not have done the same thing. I would change the way I go about doing it. The amount of respect people would have had for him, some people still would have been angry at him, of course, but we would have been talking about him very differently than a guy that didn't even show up at the ADL meeting and had his proxy show up and then draw a statement.
Right.
That's the problem with it.
Okay, well, we'll see what comes out of that meeting between Adam Silver and Kyrie. Thanks so much, Perk. Thanks so